Hey guys, I'm back in our market update part 2, so let's get started. So, strangely enough, okay, so Black Bolt White Flare, the SIRs have been revealed, so I'll go over that in a sec. But the ETBs have also kind of crashed. And like they actually have it's because a PokeHive has listed really cheap ETBs, but the ETBs were like 150 yesterday. Black Bolt was 155. White Flare was 150. They were kind of trending that price. Sometimes they're 160, but like this is a huge drop to 100. And so I'm not really sure. Like I think PokeHive is I think that they're like a website or whatever. I think that they're technically a legit seller. But yeah, they listed 18 of these here and 19 of these here for $100. Yeah, I would be surprised if they're bought up pretty quickly. Could be even bought by the time the video airs, but you see a bunch of them being bought. Yeah, $100 over here, and yeah, I'm not really sure why they listed it so cheap. The SIRs have been revealed, and I don't know if it would actually like crash the price at that low, so it's just kind of strange to me. Um, I said that the SIRs or the will be pretty important because it just shows you if they're any hype cards. It's for although in my opinion, like there's so many illustration words in the set that if the illustration words are all terrible, it's actually harder to make the illustration words all terrible. I'll put it like that. I'll just do some noteworthy ones, some of the new ones. So this Meliota looks pretty nice. I don't want to take this too much time, but the ones I think might do okay based on just the arts is Zoroark, popular Pokemon, and nice arts. And just rush around me. I think that this will do pretty well. I think this is the SIR, so that looks pretty nice. This Kyurem looks okay. Could have been a little better, but it looks okay. Just let me scroll through just some of the highlights. I do like. I forgot what this is called actually, but I do like this Pokemon. I don't think it'll be the most expensive thing. I think this bird. I think there's like a Pidgey or something like this. So I think that this will get some interest just because it matches that. People like that multiplication of the Pokemon. It seems to have a nice effect, and I think there's only like a couple more. Oh, this is the Zekrom. It's like the Zekrom. Yeah, this looks pretty nice too. Um, I think the art style is a little interesting, but yeah, I think that those are probably gonna be the secret rares for each set. What is this? I don't know. And yeah, Axew, I do like this Pokemon, so I think some people have a soft spot for that. And was there any more? Oh, this Hydreigon, I think will do pretty well. This looks nice. A lot of the arts do seem kind of similar, it's just like this um, kind of background, like you're in some sort of like battle area. That seems to be where a lot of these arts are taking place. They're in like their kind of natural environments. Anything else? Yeah, I don't want this to take too much time. Other things that there are god packs. I don't really know what's in the god packs, but there are god packs, and I guess that will make it a lot easier for pull rates. And there's also Master Ball and Pokeballs just because it's the Japanese version. So yeah, that like it's just like a lot of good stuff for these sets. Like I'm not necessarily saying the cards are the best or anything, but I don't think this will be a bad set. This is gonna be a pretty hype set. So yeah, it just makes it even weirder how like they're just playing sale. Like even I'm a little tempted to buy these. I think that they are at $100. Like it's still double MSRP, but yeah, like, I mean they're selling for like 155 otherwise. Okay, so as far as like yeah demand, I expect this demand number to just go up for Black Bull and White Flare, but otherwise I'll just stop covering it. Usually not that much other interesting things besides that. Alright, so let's go Destined Rivals, which is a couple tabs away. Alright, so Destined Rivals is over here. Okay, so Destined Rivals, if you see all the red, you see price drops across the board. So some of this is because there's like one or two products just on sale. Otherwise, the price is more stable. But you see like booster boxes drop about $5, PCTVs drop $4. ETBs have the biggest drop at 13, and then cases drop from 77, which isn't really that bad. This was a little overinflated anyway, but cases look a lot better than expected. They're still 259 a box. So for Destined Rivals, you're still seeing demand be in the hundreds at 111. It looks like it is tapering off a little bit, unfortunately. And yeah, the reason why, like, there's these like 0% sellers selling for like 254, 256. Otherwise, it goes back to like 258, 259, which is like the more standard price. For ETBs, demand is kind of the same as yesterday at about 113, although it was like 127. You just see Hollow Hatch have these cheaper ones at like 85. Otherwise, it goes back to about 95. So that's what I meant by like there's just some cheaper items available. PCTBs demand actually went up a little bit, went from 31 to 37, and yeah, the you. I mean, most people here are gonna be like not no sellers because these are just normal people buying PCTBs a lot of the time. Bundles they sold 165, which is pretty good, just a little more than the day before. So I think people just this is probably for people who just want to open a little bit Destined rivals. And then cases still selling a bunch of cases at 5. It's actually a lot of cases bought, and yeah, the price the I don't know. There seems to be like a shortage of cases or something, because like the price differences are like pretty good. Um, so I don't really know why. I see, it really seems like there's like a case shortage of some sort, or people just aren't listing them. Um, all right, so for joining together, I think I'm still like the cases haven't been bought lately, but the demand is still pretty decent, about 30. So um, you do see more price drops than non-drops, but you see 20 enhanced boxes were bought, 10 of the other boxes were bought, so 30 booster boxes bought. Still a good number. I said before we were in the 20s before, being in the 30s is pretty good. Not the best in the world, but still pretty good. I think that's still technically more than what Surging Sparks is selling for. And enhanced booster box went up a little bit. The prices still don't make full sense because the cases are around 1260, 1270, which is 210 a box. And so you just have this weird thing where the cases are more expensive than the loose booster boxes. So like I'm seeing a sort of case premium for Destined Rivals and Journey to Get at the moment. I'm not fully sure why. Um, but yeah, I see a lot of sellers selling for 202, so it's kind of hard for that price. For this one, I see um, oh yeah, all things Solas. It has a bunch of these around 215. So that's some resistance, but no one's really buying at 215. So I guess, but it does look like it's heading to 215, possibly. Um, and but yeah, I already told you the demand of those is 20 and 10. So PCTBs went down about 250. ETBs went down about $5. Enhanced cases went down about 250. So ETB demand is kind of so-so at 10, just a little on the lower side, slightly. PCTBs, yeah, people were buying more of them, like around like 10 to 20, and now they're selling at 4, so they're back to normal. And bundles are selling kind of so-so amount at 19. Yeah, cases, this is the first day there are no cases that have been bought, so you see there was at least one per day until today, and this other case hasn't been selling very well at all. So, and what I'm starting to see is that I'm starting to see the sellers start to try to outbid each other or lowball. I keep forgetting the exact term, but yeah, they're all starting to compete each other for the lowest price. So I wouldn't be surprised if cases go back down. I was a little surprised it went down up in the first place, but if like booster boxes don't go up in price, like it seems like this is downward pressure for the prices to go back down. Okay, and let's go Prismatic next. Actually, let's go Crown Zenith. So Crown Zenith. I like talking about Crown Zenith when it seems to be doing well. So I talked about the other day where like Crown Zenith had this increase, and we are seeing Crown Zenith continue to do really, really well. So ETBs are a new high of 175, so it's up $5. That is $17.50 a pack, guys. That's just a really expensive price pack. It's like blowing everything out of the water. Like it's worth way more than CS Guy. I know CS Guy is cheaper, but like price per pack wise, like it's just worth so much more price per pack. So you see like bundles of ETBs over here, selling at 5. Yeah, just seeing how much resistance there is. Like a lot of these are selling for like 175. Bundles, they went down technically, so they're down to 80. The high was like 87. But I do see a bunch of bundles being sold like yesterday. Like it's abnormally high 17. I wonder if it's like people trying to manipulate the market, but people bought a lot of the more expensive bundles over here, like 86, 84, and 87. So that's like market price pretty much. And there's just this one seller selling for 80, and it goes to 88, which is a new high, and 90. And then I guess like this is the big resistance. There's 88 here and then 25 over here. But otherwise, yeah, you're seeing a good price increases for bundles, and as ETBs increase in price, like don't be surprised if bundles do increase a little bit. CS Guy is doing kind of so-so, selling like one per day recently, so there's a little more resistance on that. And loose packs, how many were sold? So I think for loose packs, only 18 were sold, so just a very low amount of Crown Zeniths. There's a little resistance on the cheap packs at the moment. I think it'll kind of reverse, especially as the cheap packs get bought. Like, you just need someone who needs to open a bunch of Crown Zeniths to just buy up the packs. But what I see is um, these 30 packs that are here for 1069 are still there. Otherwise, the price really is still around 1096. But yeah, I'm telling you, like, as these get bought up, we are gonna reach like toward 1150. But right now there is resistance. Like, demand has actually fallen recently for loose packs. All right. Now let's go to Prismatic. So Prismatic, I expected the prices to be kind of affected by this news of Costco. So yeah, a lot of people say that you can't even get these, but yeah, apparently Costco, at least for people who are able to get it, they have this Prismatic Evolutions bundle for $58, so just a great deal. It comes with one ETB, and it says one ETB and one booster bundle. So just really good price. Like, that's lower than MSRP. Like, MSRP would be like what 50 plus roughly 20, let's say 24, but it's already worth $70 MSRP wise. So this is just a huge steal. It's just crazy how people can't even get MSRP, and then you can get this. But even like, there's a 2-pack thing where you get 2 ETBs and 2 bundles for 121, which is actually more expensive, but still really good price per pack. But yeah, apparently this is only online or whatever. And this is, if you want the first shot, get it. It's kind of, this is basic information, but otherwise you have to just kind of get lucky. But yeah, I expected this to kind of drop prices. But when I looked at it, I think ETBs actually went up in price, but it doesn't really help the price to recover. Like, they've really been printing, like, trying to like get the price down for Prismatic. So Prismatic ETBs, I see over here, they're at 117 now. So yeah, 402 sold, and it does look like it's going slowly back up to 118, 119, or 120. So I'm not really sure. Prismatic ETBs keep portraying my trust. Like, it's been below 120 for a really long time, ever since like the 23rd of May. It's been like below 120. Before that, it was like trying to stay around 125 for like a while. And I think there was like a drop here around early May, but they've just done a lot of stuff to really kill the price of some Prismatic items. Like, I can't even see any prices. Like 130 was like end of February, so that was when like Prismatic was at a more healthier place. Super premium collections, they're selling. Yeah, demand is just kind of low nowadays. 26 is kind of low, and yeah, the hype for this seems to be dying down, to be honest. I think long term it'll still do well, except for the fact that it only has 1 promo card instead of 2. Like, they just really nerfed that product a little bit. If it had 2 promo cards, I feel like the price would just stay a lot higher, just because the promos would be worth so much more. But it went down $1. Bundles over here, they're still around $70, and they're selling still pretty well. It's like 76. Not the best, a little lower than normal, but still kind of okay. And the more important thing is like where the price is going. So yeah, again, you expect the ETBs and bundles to go down in price. It actually went up like 19 cents, but not really much. But you're just seeing it's at least kind of staying at the $70 price, which is good for the bundles. Next, so surprise boxes just keep getting cheaper and cheaper, in my opinion. 19 were sold, and it's just really been struggling to. Are there any sales right now? Or is that the normal price? So it does go up to like $54, but still it's kind of iffy. It really is. Yeah, it's down about $1. Binders also went down $4. It's actually the biggest Prismatic drop. So yeah, $65. Actually, more binders were actually sold, and it's actually quite people signed for 65. At the bottom it's 70, but yeah, there are quite people signed for 65 right now. Prismatic packs, a lot of packs were bought, so 145 Prismatic packs, that was even more than yesterday. Pack prices are still doing so I put like 1110 as pack price. If you want to look at what's actually going on, so there's like 20 packs selling at $11. So that's like a resistance point, and this is 1110. So I just put the price at 1110 because there's like 50 packs around that price, and then there's a lot of packs selling for about 1110 as well. This 1110 to 1115. There's a lot of pack quantity, so there's a big jump to 11 90. But yeah, there's a lot of people trying to offload their cheaper Prismatic right now, and we just have to wait for it to be flushed out. PCTBs are selling. Let's see. Yeah, they went down about $1. Not really a big deal. Like, yeah, they just been struggling ever since the reprints. Really, Prismatic was the best to sell around like April at the latest. So if you're still holding on to, unfortunately, it's kind of at its lower point right now. But yeah, only two were sold, and then binders I already talked about. These pouches, they're 57. Yeah, abysmal demand at 3, and they're just pretty much stuck at 57 for a while. And then tin displays, I think this is the first day tin displays haven't had much demand, which is a little scary. It might drop a little bit because of that as people try to offload some of it. But um, yeah, I was a little surprised we had such a consistent demand to begin with, and I guess people are start to go away from it. Um, all right, and then a price per pack. Yeah, I guess the pack and the pouches are similarly priced. The pouches really, it's like genius or not genius. Like it really does hurt Prismatic because people don't really value the pouches. So they just act as like loose packs basically. It's just like another trash product to distribute packs. Um, and then 151. So over here, I think I had a note on 151. So UPC pricing and binders. That's actually what I want to talk about the most for binders. I mean for 151. Um, yeah, let's start with UPC. So I've been just eyeing the price of UPCs lately. There was like more demand, then it kind of slowed down on May 31st and June 1st. But then you see buying pick back up at 5 yesterday and 3 today. And yeah, the price is still it's about 370. Which is it increased. It kind of recovered to its high before, but yeah, I'm still seeing like it might take a little longer. But you see this 370 goes to 380 and then like 390 kind of quickly. So yeah, I'm still eyeing a $400 $390 UPC coming up. And see bundles, they sold 58. Was kind of so. There's just some cheaper ones. So this is at 65. And it goes back to more normal price of this like 69. So there's just some cheaper bundles available right now from some seller trying to offload a couple packs. A good amount of packs are bought at 130, and pack prices are still kind of struggling a little bit, I think. So I put 1069. Because over here, actually, that 1069 is kind of okay, but $11 seems like a more appropriate price. I do see more sellers kind of like, I feel like I see more sellers trying to offload around this price though. But I don't really feel like 151 should be like $11. So it's just kind of, I don't know. It seems like it's just not really quite where it should be yet. This is PCTBs, and good amount were bought yesterday at 3. 3 were bought yesterday, that's higher than normal. It seems like maybe there's like some cheaper ones because I do see 475 instead of 500. So people may have just picked up the cheaper ETBs. And there's still hesitancy to cross $500 for PCTBs. Yeah, ETBs went up $5. Normally sees went up $5. Poster collections, yeah, more of the cheap poster collections were sold, but a Great Buy Sales has these 15 left, so it's gonna they just keep trying to kill the 151 pricing with the posters. Like that's how you would do it. Like you would just have some trash product that no one wants that would decrease like the pack price or whatever. And then binders, I mentioned I want to talk about binders. So I noticed usually when I look at binders, there's a lot of picture listings here, and then I see normal listings. But then I noticed there was only 2 of them. I was like, what's going on? Did people buy up all the binders? And kind of, yeah. So you look over here, 3 of these binders are about $40. And then like last week, these binders were all bought at around 30. You just see like a bunch of binders have been bought recently, which I haven't really like noticed. But it may, yeah, just a ton of binder action. I guess like yeah, I'd have to look at the exact dates for exactly, but yeah, there's a good amount of binder actions, and we're at the point where there's not a lot of loose binders left. So I'm wondering if these will go up, just because it's kind of, yeah, like just these binders are just crazy. Like, it's really surprising they're worth so much sometimes. Meanwhile, binder prices themselves for the whole thing remains kind of stagnant. And Blooming Wars is still like really struggling. It's down back at 125, and it seems a little stable at that price, I think. So yeah, just been less demand 8 is kind of so-so, and yeah, it does go up to 130 at the end here, but yeah, it's just been kind of struggling. There's like a lot of resistance here from this best RNG. Alright, that's it for today's video. Thanks guys, bye.